used to work for the food, and you get a plate of chitlin or 2 or 3 hamburgers. I remember back in the early 50s, I played so well, the guy would give me 2 plates of chitlin. I would sell one up for 25 cents. He'd fix me 4 hamburgers. I would sell 3 of them and eat 1. So I sell a plate, so I would make an extra $2 a day just selling my food that he fixed for me. Because he wasn't paying me but $4.50. You know, that's what we make. My first gig, I'm making $12 a month.
In the early 20th century, as segregation gripped America, black performers found themselves locked out of mainstream venues. They couldn't play in the grand theaters of Broadway or upscale clubs of white society. But in the South, the Midwest, and along the East Coast, a network of venues welcomed them with open arms. This was the Chitlin Circuit, a string of clubs, bars, and theaters where black musicians, comedians, and entertainers could showcase their talents.
Juke joint will serve you food. Sometimes we'll play for food, and that's what they call Chitlin Circuit. They will serve you chitlin. Well, it really was a black man like myself playing the blues to black people, and every now and then I would cross over to a white audience, and they loved it too.
The name Chitlin Circuit came from chitterlings, a soul food staple made from pig intestines, often served in these establishments. These venues weren't glamorous. Some were smoky juke joints, others were lively dance halls, but they provided the stage for some of the greatest black entertainers in history. The music of the Chitlin Circuit was electric. In the 1930s and 40s, blues legends like B.B. King and Muddy Waters packed out clubs with wailing guitars and deep, soulful voices. Jazz musicians like Ella Fitzgerald and Duke Ellington swung through smoky rooms, filling them with rhythms that would shape American music. Then came R&B and rock and roll, with Little Richard, James Brown, and Ray Charles shaking the very foundation of these clubs with energetic performances that sent crowds into a frenzy. These venues birthed the sounds that would later dominate American music. Without the Chitlin Circuit, there would be no Motown, no funk, no hip-hop. It was a breeding ground for raw talent, where artists refined their craft night after night. But it wasn't just about music. The Chitlin Circuit was the home of some of the greatest black comedians in history. Red Fox, Ron Mabley, and Richard Pryor all honed their skills at these clubs. Their comedy wasn't just about making people laugh. It was about survival. They used their humor to tackle racism, poverty, and the struggles of black life in America, often pushing boundaries in ways mainstream comedians never dared. In these spaces, black culture thrived. It was where slang was created, where dance crazes were born, and where storytelling was at its finest. As segregation laws crumbled and opportunities opened in mainstream venues, the Chitlin Circuit began to fade, but its impact never disappeared. Many of the artists who got their start in the venues became household names, and the raw energy of the circuit shaped modern entertainment. Today, you can hear its echoes in hip-hop, see its influence in stand-up comedy, and feel its spirit in soul music. The Chitlin Circuit wasn't just a collection of clubs. It was a movement, a lifeline, and a cultural revolution. It gave black artists the space to shine. In doing so, it changed American entertainment forever.